Yeah, we got it. We got it. So, like, this is the video about, like, how this dude lost his job to AI. Let's jump into it.
Hello. I don't know if anyone does live commentaries anymore where they talk about something that's happened in their life and the background is, gameplay. But that's what this is today. So, something a bit different. It's still Halo gameplay as you'd expect from this channel. But the topic of discussion is that I just lost my job. And I lost it to AI, which is very unfortunate. I think many people joke about the, the fact that, oh, AI is going to take all our jobs and we're all going to get replaced. And especially...
Like, some things are definitely going to get replaced. Like, we don't need, like, people who do art stuff anymore. Like, design stuff. We don't need designers. They are all trained, like, they're going to be replaced. Like, their designs are going to be used to train AI, and then the AI is going to replace them. That's what's going to happen. It's kind of insane, but, like, it happens.
My industry, which is graphic design. My job, I've been a graphic designer for the past 8 years of my life, and I've worked at this specific...
I wanted that job before. I wanted to be a graphic designer. Well, glad I didn't do that. With the emergence of AI, that was a good idea. Glad I didn't do that.
Big company for 6 years. You would
that
think
could have had bad
that
consequences for me.
The longest running employees, being there 6 years, having a wage increase almost every year and being very much valued because I was the only graphic designer left, you'd think they want to keep me on as much as possible. I mean, I barely was allowed to take holiday because I was the only designer. So if I was off, then nobody could cover for me, and the company ended up with work stacking up. However, over the past 3 months, I'd say, I've noticed that my schedule at the company became like less and less cluttered, and it got to the point where I was getting paid for a 7-hour and 30-minute day, and some days only do...
That is wild. Okay, I would love to have that to happen to me. That is wild.
Doing 2 hours of work, which obviously was great for me. I loved it. Got up at 9 o'clock because it was work from home as well.
So technically, you could have already guessed that would have eventually happened. Like that basically like was wide open to happen. That was pretty obvious, I guess.
I'd do 2 hours of work and I'd have nothing left to do for the rest of the day. Maybe some revisions / amends would come in at like 3 or 4 o'clock. I'd do those for 20-30 minutes, and that'd be my day. I'd essentially do between 2 and 3 hours of work and get paid for 7.5. It was great for like 3 or 4 months. And then, yeah,
and then
on
it hit
Monday
him.
this week, I got told that I'm being made redundant, and I was thinking, how could this be possible? You clearly need a graphic designer. The company I work at is a marketing agency who does email and web designs for clients. And
yeah, that was so over. Like that was pretty obvious that would like happen. Sure. Yeah, true. Technically.
yeah.
Yeah, that was,
I was
like super obvious that would happen.
And then I did a bit of digging, asked a few people, and it turns out basically all of the material that I've provided over the past 6 years is now being fed to AI and templated. So a design that would take me 30 minutes now takes AI 30 seconds, as it's been trained on all my templates. Essentially,
yeah, bro, you got replaced, like, completely. It's kind of scummy, but like, no, actually, it's just scummy. At least, like, tell me that the material I'm working on is gonna be replaced by AI, or like, sure, he could have seen it coming. At least, like, that he would be getting replaced.
It just literally reuses my templates, and then they can input the hex codes they want the email or the website design to be, drag and drop in the client's logo, upload the client's font, and boom, it will generate my template, but using their brand assets. And
That's
I thought,
wild.
It makes sense from a business point of view, but it's extremely scummy.
That's
It puts me
wild.
out of a job. my immediate thought was, well, let's go to some competitor companies and see if they're looking for designers. I've looked at between 10 and 15 competitors, and every single other competitor is doing the exact same thing. Some of them even
I mean,
boasting about
that
it on
was to
their
be expected,
website
right? Like,
and
that was
going as
pretty
far as
obvious that
simply
would eventually
inputting your
happen.
website URL. It will extract all the assets and learn about that website, and
That
then
is insane.
artificially generate email and web templates for your brand. That is insane. Like, email and web designers are going to be completely out of jobs this year.
Yeah,
Like,
this is unstoppable. This will not be stopped. It will happen to other things as well. This will just like spiral into worse and worse until eventually we have like robots that do like the serving. So even like people who are like waitresses waiters and waitresses will be out of jobs. This will spiral into the industry eventually. Because like right now it's like mostly like art and like design stuff, but it'll get worse.
like it just removes the need.
Eventually, you'd even have content creators who are like completely like built around AI. That will eventually happen. Eventually.
For us completely. And I think the graphic design industry is where most people cracked jokes about AI taking over. You know, oh, AI generation can't do it. It messes up the hands, or it gets things wrong, and it clearly looks like AI.
Yeah, that was a couple of like that was like last year. Like right now, it's gonna get difficult more and more. Like next year, it's gonna be really difficult to like even spot it. Like artists can still spot it, but yeah, damn. Next year, not even artists will be able to spot this.
But those days are past us. Like, AI progresses incredibly fast, and I've used some of it myself to see if it actually works. And I've asked some people, like, you know, hey, here's this drawing I did as a concept for like a video game character or a weapon or an environment, and they can't tell that it's AI anymore. It's progressed so far that I genuinely think within the next 6 to 12 months, many, like thousands, even tens of thousands of graphic designers will lose their jobs.
Hey, I mean, what if like the Concord characters were so bad because they were made by AI? Just an idea.
And it's a serious problem because it's the main skill I have. You know, I've been a graphic designer professionally since I was 19. I'm now 27, about to turn 28, so almost 10 years of my life. I went to college for this. You're going to tell me that I literally went to college for something that's now going to be redundant?
Bro got a good degree. That's basically useless now. Yeah, yeah, that does happen. But like, what are you gonna do? For example, like art degrees. The harsh truth is, you can take that degree and throw it into the bin. That's practically what this is. You can like art degrees they were useless before. I'm gonna be real. Like art degrees were useless before, but now they're even more useless.
In the industry? What am I supposed to do? Like, my fallback plan is literally a retail job, which I obviously don't want to do. I have minor experience in game design, but nothing that will land me a middleweight job. I'd have to get an entry-level job and take a massive pay cut of probably £4,000 to £6,000 a year. It's an incredibly difficult position to be in. I have a house. I have a mortgage.
He's British. Just kidding. That house is gonna be really difficult to pay for. That would be really difficult. I hope that he's in a better spot now. I hope that honestly he can do content creation for this. Like maybe this video helped him out a lot. I have no idea, but like man, this is harsh. like you've worked towards something and now like you're getting replaced and like you may lose the house and like all that stuff. I mean, that's kind of hard. I feel with this man
To pay. I
because
have
like I know
bills.
what it feels like to be like at the verge of like losing everything. I know what this feels like.
I thought I was financially stable, so I have a couple things on finance because obviously I thought I had money coming in every month, and the redundancy pay I will get will cover me for maybe 3 to 4 months, and then I'll be out of money. So I have 3 to 4 months to figure out my situation, which luckily is a decent amount of time. But other people won't be so fortunate. The only reason I get a good redundancy package is because I was there for 6 years, right? Some people who have only been at a company for 1 or 2 years will not get a good redundancy package. It will be 1 month's wages, and they send you on.
Imagine because like you start doing this. You have no idea that like AI is gonna be used like this. So you start out at a company as a graphic designer, and then you get like sit there like for 2 months, and then you're gonna get dropped, and like you lose a job. That's like that would be insane, dude. That is insane. That is.
Your
Ugh.
way. And that's how it works in the UK. I don't know how it works in other countries. It could be worse. Um, so, yeah. I mean, I'm not stressing too much right now because obviously I'm good for a few months. I can look for jobs. And I do know that obviously if I absolutely have to, I can land myself some kind of retail or warehouse or sales like entry level job and I'll have enough money to survive. However, this like growth of AI in the industry is gonna completely destroy like my hopes and dreams of becoming a senior or like creative lead at a company,
Yeah, that
having
is
my own.
over. You can forget that. That dream is like over. That's not gonna happen. Nah, that's not something that will happen. Because like even those are gonna get like, what team are you gonna lead? A team of AI bots?
Own juniors underneath me, apprentices, stuff like that. Like that is my realistic goal. Obviously, my unrealistic goal is to run my own company or do YouTube or something like that. But my
That is my
realistic
unrealistic goal. Do YouTube.
goal with the skill I have would be a senior slash lead design position, and it seems like that's less and less likely to happen now because of the rise of AI. Um, so yeah, as I said, I understand it from the company's perspective. I spoke to my boss about it. I very much understand his point of view.
Yeah,
And letting
it's
people
just cheaper. That's the harsh truth. It's just cheaper. I mean, morally ill. Logically makes sense. Cause like think about it. If others start using AI and they can pump out quicker designs, they're gonna save money. They're gonna make more money. And to stay competitive, you have no other choice to go the same route. It makes sense.
go isn't easy, but look, if you can let go of a couple designers and you save yourself tens of thousands a year, I do understand it from a business point of view, but it just sucks that this technology exists. Um, so yeah, that's my current situation.
That man will hate AI forever. That man will hate AI forever.
It's not
Also, I'm
great.
gonna like this.
The past 40 to 50 days have been terrible for me. I've lost my job.
Understandable.
I had a secondary like side business with my friend selling little plush toys. He's pulled out of that, so that business might not happen anymore either. And then my video game, which was like a third-person Halo game called Cross Planet, is also no longer in production because of disagreements and conflicts within the team. A couple staff members didn't agree with things, couldn't align and have a clear vision, so the project is ending after 3.5 years.
Oh, ah, ouch. Imagine you worked on something for 3 years and it gets cancelled. Ugh. No, let's. Well, if it's not something like Concord, I guess it can't be that bad.
So my whole schedule, as I know it, has been torn from me. I have
Youch.
24 hours in a day, and absolutely zero of them are allocated to something. I'm just completely free. Like, you know, some may see it as a good opportunity to change my life around and dive into something new, but that's
True,
dangerous and
true.
quite scary. My boss told me that if he thinks that I would be happiest if I freelanced or if I ran my own business. Obviously, those things are true, but like I said, I have a mortgage to pay and bills and stuff like that, and freelance is not sustainable for
Yeah,
some people.
freelance is not gonna like pay your bills. Not to mention, and that is really important. Not to mention the fact that most probably could get enough knowledge on AI to do like design stuff themselves. So that is also not a real option here.
You might have 2 months where you're extremely successful, and then you could have 5 where for some reason you just struggle to sell. In that situation, I would quite literally lose my house. So
Yeah, true.
it's an extremely scary thing to dive into. I don't think any of my family would recommend trying to use my redundancy pay to keep me alive and start my own business. It's just it's not the ideal situation. It's the last
True.
thing that I'd try
True,
and
it's
do.
not.
So yeah, that's it. There's the live comp for today. That's the situation I'm in. Does leave me with a lot of time to do YouTube. I think what I'll probably do is
That'll
maybe
probably not like pay well enough. I mean, looking at how like well this video has been doing, maybe it did turn things around. Maybe, but I don't know.
take, like take a week or two to myself, and then after that, I'm going to be heavily looking for another position and see how it goes. So maybe over the next like 2 weeks, we'll see more YouTube videos or something. But you know, the chances of YouTube turning into something that actually brings in money is very unlikely. I do make a bit of revenue from YouTube, but it's nothing really. Somewhere in the region of £20 to £40 a month, which is absolutely not.
That's abysmal. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, true. I made $3 and 25 cents.
Enough to even pay my food. Never mind
Because
pay my
somebody
mortgage.
decided
My
to get
YouTube
a
channel is nowhere big
membership.
enough. It's just the money that I get from YouTube is enough to buy myself like a nice pair of shoes at the end of the month, or
Hey, at
I
least a
don't
nice pair
know.
of shoes.
It pays for something like a bit of food, or maybe if something needs repairing, or I
True,
want a
true.
new game. You know, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, that
So
sucks to him.
hopefully May and June, you know, prove to be more positive. We'll see. Yeah, thanks for watching this video, and goodbye. If you're a graphic designer watching this as well, man, I highly recommend learning some new skills while you can. And don't ever
True,
template things. Don't
true.
provide the company you work for the templates. Claim your work takes longer than it does,
Man, that
so that you can have
sucks.
time to yourself to look into other jobs maybe. Do
That
whatever you
really
can and wins the
sucks.
company you work for. Because, at the end of the day, companies don't owe you anything. They're not obligated to keep you. If they find a way to get rid of you and replace you with AI, they will do.
My YouTube channel blew up because I lost my job. Bro got saved. Maybe I should lose the university place. Maybe that will blow up the channel. I don't know. It's just scummy the fact that, you know, that works now. It's just really scummy. Man, that is scummy. That is so scummy. Yeah. But that's the end of the video here.